This is The Scoop for Tuesday.
I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines. Florida is seeking to delay an expansion of children's health insurance until after President-elect Donald Trump takes office. That's according to the Florida Health Justice Project. The expansion would expand the number of Floridians who qualify for kid care to families who make up to 300% of the federal poverty line. That's about $94,000 for a family of four. Lynn Hearn is the director of the Florida Health Justice Project. She says Florida is seeking the delay because of a Biden administration requirement.
They have an expectation that the new federal administration will allow an exception that the state is seeking from the federal requirement that the state keep kids covered in kid care even when a family misses a premium.
Experts say the expansion of those who are eligible for Florida-subsidized kid care would not only benefit families with modest incomes, but also children with complex medical needs, such as people with disabilities. Members of the Uhuru movement will not serve prison time for their role in what courts call an international conspiracy to spread Russian propaganda and sow political disharmony in the U.S. The Tampa Bay Times reports that yesterday a federal judge sentenced the three members of the St. Petersburg-based group to 3 years of probation. O'Malley Yeshitela, Penny Hess, and Jesse Neville also got 300 hours of community service. The case raised questions about free speech, foreign relations, and spying. Legislation filed in Tallahassee would end the ability of some undocumented students to receive in-state tuition at state universities and colleges. Florida offers in-state tuition to undocumented residents who are referred to as Dreamers if they attended their last 3 years of high school in the state and enroll in higher education within 2 years of graduation. But Senate President Ben Albritton is suggesting slowly phasing out the decades-old law. He feels lawmakers should consider the potential impact of the legislation to both current and future students.
There's likely folks that would fit this criteria that are making their way through college. It is likely that there's more than one senior in high school that's planning on using this.
Senate bill sponsor Randy Fine says Florida is currently offering a better deal to Dreamers in Florida than to American citizens from other states.
We should not be asking Floridians who are struggling to make ends meet, to pay their insurance bills and their grocery bills, to cough up $45 million for illegal immigrants. It's just wrong.
At Florida State University, the difference ranges from about $6,500 for in-state tuition to more than $21,000 for out-of-state students. Police say a 15-year-old student opened fire inside a study hall at a small Christian school in Wisconsin, killing a teacher and a teenager. Yesterday's shooting prompted a swarm of police officers responding to a second grader's 911 call. Police say the female student wounded 6 others in the shooting at Abundant Life Christian School, including 2 students who were in critical condition. Police say the shooter was found with a self-inflicted gunshot wound when officers arrived, and she died on the way to the hospital. Police say a motive for the shooting was not immediately known, nor was it clear if the victims were targeted. In a statement, President Joe Biden cited the tragedy in calling on Congress to pass universal background checks, a national red flag law, and certain gun restrictions. There's a bill in the Florida legislature to repeal Florida's red flag law that was passed after the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas school shooting. Florida's very rare pillar coral is being added to the endangered species list. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service announced the listing yesterday. These endangered corals look like large fingers reaching up from the reef, and they're only found off Florida and in the Caribbean. The coral species has dwindled to just 500 small colonies when stony coral tissue loss disease appeared in 2014 and wiped out most of what was left. By 2021, researchers had only found 2 colonies remaining in Florida that were capable of spawning and reproducing more pillar coral. You can find out more about federal protections for pillar coral and other threatened coral species on Tuesday Cafe today, beginning at 10 on 88.5 FM. Efforts are now underway to breed pillar corals at the Florida Aquarium in Tampa. It will be partly cloudy and hot today with a slight chance of a rain shower, highs in the mid-80s. Partly cloudy tonight with a slight chance of a rain shower, overnight lows in the mid-60s, and cloudy and hot tomorrow with a slight chance of a rain shower, high temperatures tomorrow in the low 80s. I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.